In this video, we're showing you how to install Boost Auto's Lumastep M1, our one-of-a-kind light-up running boards for 2019 and newer Chevy Silverado and GMC Sierra 1500 trucks. Lumastep M1 light-up running boards from Boost Auto is the next upgrade for your Silverado or Sierra. Built with premium components and constructed with 6000 series aerospace grade aluminum, you won't just see these running boards outshine the rest, you'll feel it too, every step of the way. Brighten your path in the dark clear as day with our light-up running boards. Our Lumastep M1 running boards feature premium lighting functions, allowing full customization on your truck. Build your set out and put in your order on our website today. Get your Lumastep M1 light-up running boards and step up your game. At the time of filming this video, this procedure applies to both extended or double cab and crew cab applications on 2019 and newer 1500 trucks. Lumastep is offered for a wide range of makes and models. If this procedure does not apply to your vehicle, please reference a separate Boost Auto install guide. As always, to check fitment, availability, and to purchase this or any other product offered for your truck, go to boostauto.com. Your Lumastep M1 kit will come in two boxes, the running board kit and the hardware kit. The running board kit will contain your running boards with the integrated light and modules. The kit will also contain the main driver and passenger side harnesses and the supplementary parts depending on what you option for. You can either go with our simple plug-and-play adapter that connects directly to your headlight harness to add light features to your boards, or use our Hardwire adapter to tap to the wires at the headlight. If you option for rock light functionality, you can add on our rock light harness that integrates with both our plug-and-play adapter or our Hardwire adapter. The harness also comes with a switch that you can install anywhere on your dash. Adding rock light is a great way to ensure high visibility in the dark, both while driving or parked. Be sure to add rock light when you're building out your running boards. Your hardware kit will contain the driver's side brackets and the passenger side brackets along with the bracket covers. The hardware kit will also contain all washers and fasteners needed for your installation. Please note, crew cab applications will have 4 brackets on each side. We're showing this install on a crew cab truck. Extended cab, also called double cabs, will have 3 brackets on each side, and so extended cab kits will have the corresponding numbers of washers and fasteners. As we progress through this install, we'll call out specific hardware used every step of the way. Here's a complete tool list for your reference. You can pause here to collect them, then let's proceed with the install. In this video, we're going to be using our shop lift to better show the procedure. The entirety of the procedure can easily be done on the ground. All the steps shown while on the lift will be the same as doing it on the ground. In this video, we're showing the mounting procedures on the passenger side, but it's the same on the driver's side. Your mounting points can be found on the underside of the truck, each point consisting of 2 threaded holes. If you have an extended cab or a double cab, your brackets will mount at these locations. One at the front of the vehicle. The second bracket will roughly mount at the center near the front, and finally the third bracket will mount closest to the rear. Now if you have a crew cab like the one we're using to show this install, these are your mounting points. We have the first set, which is farthest in the front. This is your second mounting point. This is your third mounting point, and finally this is your fourth mounting point, which is farthest in the rear. Let's first work at the front mounting point that applies to both crew cab and extended cab applications. Remove these 2 plastic tabs. Then bring your bracket up to the threaded holes and make sure they're aligned. Here's what it looks like from the front. Pre-assemble 2 13mm bolts with a 13mm lock washer and a 13mm flat washer and hand thread them at the 2 threaded holes. Once in position, tighten the bolts, though leave it loose enough so you can do micro adjustments down the road. Next, move over to the second mounting point. This applies to both crew cab and extended cab applications. Like before, remove the 2 plastic tabs here. Then align the brackets to the threaded holes. Again, pre-assemble 2 13mm bolts with a 13mm lock washer and a 13mm flat washer and hand thread them in. Screw in the bolts the rest of the way, though like before, don't tighten them all the way down quite yet. Next, move over to the third mounting point. This only applies to crew cab applications. Remove the plastic tabs. Align your bracket and thread in the 2 13mm bolts. Don't forget to pre-assemble the lock washers, then the flat washers to the bolts. Partially screw on the bolts. Then proceed to the fourth and final mounting point on the passenger side. This mounting point applies to both crew cab and extended cab applications. Like before, remove the plastic tabs and align the bracket. Then screw in the 2 13mm bolts with the lock washer and flat washer pre-assembled. Repeat the steps on the driver's side until your brackets are installed. At this point, we'll install the bracket covers to the brackets. This one's the front passenger side bracket. Orient each cover so its center lines up with the running board mounting plate. Once the bracket covers are aligned, proceed with installing the screw-on tabs. Install the bracket covers on the 3 other mounting brackets on the passenger side in the same way. Then repeat on the driver's side. Now we're ready to mount our Lumastep M1 running boards to the bracket. Make sure you're mounting the correct running boards on each side. The Lumastep M1 plate as well as the integrated module on each board should face towards the front of the truck. Here we're showing the steps on the passenger side. Before mounting, flip your board over to install the T-bolts. Crew cab applications will have 8 T-bolts total, 4 on each track. Extended cab applications will have 6 T-bolts total, 3 on each track. Align the T-bolts roughly to the positions of the brackets. Then drop your running boards onto the brackets. Go ahead and guide all the T-bolts through the holes on the bracket. Remember, crew cabs will have 4 brackets on each side and extended cab will have 3 on each side. Then secure each bolt with a flat washer, then a lock washer and nut. Use a 10mm socket to thread the nut further. They'll hold off on tightening completely for now. At this time, you can slide your board forward or backwards to your desired preference. Once you have the board where you want it, fasten everything down. Once everything is tightened down, perform the same steps on the driver's side. Ensure this board is aligned with the passenger side board before securing all the fasteners down. Once everything is installed, we can move on to routing the wire harnesses to our Lumastep M1 running boards. Start by opening the hood in the engine bay. Go ahead and first disconnect your battery at the negative terminal. If you have an auxiliary battery, disconnect that at this time too. We'll start on the passenger side. Make sure to use the main harness with the power and ground terminals on this side. Tape the 2 connectors going to the running board module to a flattened out coat hanger or strained out metal piece. Then route the harness along the passenger side firewall and fender aligner away from any heat and moving parts. Once the strained out metal piece pokes out through the bottom of the passenger side fender, proceed with pulling the harness through. Remove the tape from the connectors and plug them both into the running board module. The connectors are different sizes and will go to the corresponding slots on the module. Secure the harness out of sight. Continue roughly routing the passenger side main harness over the passenger side headlight. And the same way, route the driver's side main harness. The end with the two black connectors will go to the running board, and the end with the black receiving connector will go to the driver's side headlight. Now back at the passenger side headlight, locate the headlight connector. This can be accessed through the front passenger side fender cavity at the front of the vehicle. To remove the connector, pull back on the red locking tab, then press down on the connector tab and pull to disconnect. To get more slack on the factory headlight harness, you can remove this plastic tab. Now with better access to the headlamp connector, continue with installing Boost Auto's Hardwire adapter, or if optioned for, the plug-and-play adapter. Here's a breakdown of the wiring so far. You can see that both the passenger side main harness and the driver side main harness are by the headlight housing. If you had optioned for the plug-and-play adapter, your next steps are pretty simple. We'll show that next. At the time of filming, the plug-and-play adapter section in this video applies to all applications 2019 and newer. However, if you're installing our Hardwire adapter, note that the steps are going to vary slightly depending on whether you have a non-refresh 2019 through 2022 truck or a refresh 2022 or newer truck. We go over both applications after the plug-and-play section, so skip ahead to the section that applies to your truck. Okay, here's the plug and play section that applies to all 2019 through 2022 non-refreshed and 2022 and newer refreshed trucks. Quick side note, non-refreshed adapters will have an 8-pin connector and refreshed adapters will have a 12-pin connector. However, all the steps will be identical. To install the plug and play adapter, continue with installing the male side of the harness to the factory headlight harness connector. Align it till you hear a click and slide the red tab on top of the connector in. Connect the black connector on the plug-and-play adapter to the black receiving connector on the passenger side harness going to the running boards. Next, install the female side of the plug-and-play adapter to the back of the headlight housing. Proceed with installing the plastic tab attached to the factory headlight harness that was previously removed. On the driver's side, install the plug-and-play adapter in the same way. Be sure to install the other end of the adapter back into the headlight housing where your factory connector was. With the plug-and-play adapter installed, you can skip the next section going over the Hardwire adapter installation. If you did not option for the plug-and-play adapter, your kit will come with 2 Hardwire adapters, one for each headlight. Alright guys, here's a breakdown of the Hardwire adapter wires. The red and yellow wire with the quick disconnect is to tap to turn signal on your headlight connector. Turn signal will come standard for all running boards. The blue wire with the quick disconnect is for enabling running light if you option for it. If you did not option for running light, this wire will not be active. You can simply tape the disconnect on this wire out of the way. The white wire with the butt connector is for rock light if you option for it. If you did not option for rock light, this wire will not be active, so be sure to tape the butt connector on this wire out of the way. Simply tapping the wires on the headlight connector for optional applications will not enable those features. The only wires active on your Hardwire adapter will be the ones you option for when purchasing your running boards. Again, check out all available lighting options on our website or reach out to our support team with any questions. Here's how you can connect your Hardwire adapter to refresh 2022 and newer trucks. If you have a non-refresh 2019 through 2022 truck, you can skip to the next section. The Hardwire adapters will also come with 4 red T-taps, 2 for each adapter. Here, we are working on the passenger side connector first. Continue by removing some of the tape on the factory headlight harness. On the back side of the connector, locate pins 6 and 7. Tap to these wires using the provided red T-taps. With the red tab pointing up, pin 7 is located at the bottom left of the connector, while pin 6 is at the top right. Go off pin locations as wire color may vary. Locate the Hardwire adapter and connect the red and yellow wire to the T-tap at pin 7. Connect the blue wire from the Hardwire adapter to T-tap at pin 6. On the other end of the Hardwire adapter, plug in the black connector to the black receiving connector at the passenger side main harness. Reconnect the headlight connector to wrap up the Hardwire adapter install on the passenger side. Over on the driver's side, the Hardwire adapter can be installed in a similar way. Once the headlight connector is ready to be tapped, tap to pins 6 and 7. Looking at the wire end of the connector with the red tab pointing up, pin 6 is at the top right slot and pin 7 is at the bottom left. Go ahead and connect the red and yellow wire from the Hardwire adapter to the T-tap at pin 7 and the blue wire at pin 6. Again, the connector on the opposite end of the intercept harness will connect to the black receiving connector from the main harness. With everything connected, you can reconnect the headlight connector back to the housing. This section shows you how to install your Hardwire adapter if you have a non-refreshed 2019 through 2022 truck. Starting on the passenger side, locate pins 5 and 7 on the headlight connector. With the red tab pointing up, pin 5 is at the bottom left and pin 7 is on the bottom row. One over from the right. Go ahead and tap to these wires using the provided red T-taps. Bring your Hardwire adapter over and connect the red and yellow wire to the T-tap at pin 7. And connect the blue wire to the T-tap at pin 5. Connect the black connector on the opposite end of the Hardwire adapter to the black receiving connector on the passenger side main harness. Then reconnect the headlight connector back into the headlight housing. Move over to the driver's side and locate pins 5 and 7 on the headlight connector, just like you did on the passenger side. Wire color may vary, so be sure to go off pin location. Go ahead and tap pins 5 and 7. With the red tab pointing up, pin 5 is at the bottom left and pin 7 is on the bottom row. One over from the right. Bring your Hardwire adapter over and connect the red and yellow wire to T-tap at pin 7 and connect the blue wire to T-tap at pin 5. Connect the black connector on the opposite end of the Hardwire adapter to the black receiving connector on the driver's side main harness. Finally, reconnect the headlight connector back to the headlight housing. Once both headlights are tapped into, locate the white connector on the driver's side main harness. Tuck the harness along the front radiator cover to the corresponding passenger side white connector. The rock light function overrides any existing function when activated and outputs a solid white light. This will remain on until you switch it off and cannot be overridden by functions such as turn signal or running light. If you did not option for a rock light harness, you can skip to the next section. If you did option for rock light but did not purchase our rock light harness, you will simply need to run a 12-volt power feed to the white wire on the Hardwire adapter. If you have an existing rock light or auxiliary switch, you can use that, or any 12-volt trigger will do. If you did option for our rock light harness, follow these next steps. Your harness will have this power terminal, 2 long white wires that will go to the headlight, and your switch. Ensure the headlamp connectors are disconnected to give you better access to this white wire. On the passenger side, continue by installing one of the long white wires from the harness at the headlight. Regardless of whether you have our plug-and-play adapter or the Hardwire adapter, the long white wire from the rock light harness will connect to the same white wire with the butt connector. Install the headlight connector back to the headlight housing, then repeat on the driver's side. Once completed, we'll run the red and white wires from the switch into the cab. Inside the cab, continue to pull the wires through. Locate a suitable spot for the rock light switch and drill a hole into the dash. Once the hole is drilled, install the rock light switch. Be sure to connect the white wire to slot 1 and the red wire to slot 2 as shown here. Under the hood, locate the fuse box lid on the passenger side. Remove the fuse box lid by pinching the 2 tabs on the side. To the side of the fuse box, you'll find this factory wire attached with a 13mm nut. This is where the power wire from the passenger side harness will connect. Go ahead and remove the nut and secure the power wire here. If you had option for a rock light harness, the red wire from that will also connect here. Once the wires have been secured, install the fuse box lid back in place. Now the black ground wire will connect under the hood over here. Remove the nut using a 13mm socket and install the ground wire. Reconnect the battery. If you have an auxiliary battery, reconnect that at this time too. Test to make sure that all functions are operational at this time. Then secure and tuck any excess wire to the truck out of the way of any heat and moving components. Congrats on completing your install. Boost Auto Lumastep M1 light up running boards can be purchased on our website at boostauto.com. Boost Auto also offers a wide range of parts and accessories for your truck or SUV. To stay up to date on new product releases and more videos like this, subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's all for now. Catch you in the next one.